Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's great to reconnect as we head into day 5. Now, I want you to think back for a moment. Remember the energy in the room on day 2? We had some absolutely fantastic discussions, didn't we? We uncovered some really powerful insights that I know are already starting to make a difference in how we all work. So today, what we're going to do is revisit those key ideas and talk about how we can keep building on that amazing momentum.
Our focus is really going to be on the practical tools we learned. The tools that are designed to help us build a more innovative and customer-centric culture right here at AIA.
You've all seen this, right? Now, this isn't just some catchy slogan on a poster. It is the real driving force behind our entire agile transformation. It's what's pushing us, what's challenging us to evolve from those traditional project delivery teams into the more dynamic enterprise technology portfolios that we're building now.
And that right there is the million-dollar question we tackled. How do we, as squad sponsors, as squad leads, actually foster high-performing squads that are ready to take on any challenge that comes their way? Well, on day 2, we dug into 2 incredibly practical tools to answer exactly that. So the first tool we explored is, without a doubt, the absolute bedrock of any great agile team. It doesn't matter if it's a central squad or a regional one. We're talking about psychological safety.
We talked a lot about how this isn't just about, being nice to each other. It's about creating a culture where a team member can actually say, hang on, I'm not sure this is the right approach. And that comment opens up a healthy, constructive debate that leads to a much better solution instead of just leading to fear.
And remember, you can think of it like a journey for our team members. A new person starts at inclusion safety, right? They just want to feel like they belong. Then they progress to learner safety, where they feel safe enough to ask questions. After that, we get to contributor safety, where they feel confident sharing their own ideas. But the final stage, and this is really our goal, is challenger safety. That's where they feel empowered to respectfully challenge the way things are and really push the team to be even better.
So the big question is, how do we build this culture? Well, we focused on these 5 C's. It's about providing clarity on our goals, encouraging real candor in our feedback, fostering a sense of curiosity to always ask why, securing that deep commitment to the team's success, and this is probably the most important for us as leaders, showing up with consistency in our own behavior day in and day out. And here is the bottom line, folks. Psychological safety is not a soft skill. It is a critical driver of our business success. It's what gives squads like next-gen agents and sales compliance the freedom to truly innovate for our customers. It's how we're actually going to achieve our big goal of becoming simpler, faster, and more connected. Now, this wasn't just theory, right? We didn't just talk about psychological safety. We actually saw it come to life during that build-a-house activity. Do you remember the stark difference between the 2 rounds? You had Perfect Homes with its rigid top-down hierarchy versus Rumah Batu, where collaboration and a real obsession with the customer led to all these incredibly creative solutions. It was just such a powerful illustration of that shift from a command and control mindset to one of true autonomy. So the key takeaway for us as leaders is simple, but it is so powerful. If we really want to unlock the full potential of our teams, we have to empower them with autonomy, not just direct them with a list of tasks. Our job is to create the environment where they feel safe enough to experiment and to innovate. Okay, so creating a culture of psychological safety is the first massive step, but it's not always enough on its own. We also need to know how to navigate the challenges that will pop up on our agile journey. And that's where our second tool comes in, the force field analysis. Think of it like a game of tug-of-war. On one side of the rope, you have all the forces pulling you toward your goal. And on the other side, you've got all the forces holding you back. This tool is brilliant because it helps us map out all of those forces so we can be way more strategic about how we approach change. And again, we got practical with this. We broke into groups and started to envision our own dream squads. What does a truly high-performing, agile team look and feel like here at AIA? And then we used this tool to map out the forces helping us get there, and just as importantly, what's really standing in our way. And what was so interesting was that across the entire room, some really common driving forces started to emerge. Things like having a clear company vision and feeling that supportive leadership were consistently identified as forces that are helping us all move forward. But we also identified some common blockers. Things like skill gaps, a lingering fear of failure, and some challenges with existing hierarchies. They came up again and again. And honestly, this is fantastic because now we have a shared, clear understanding of the exact challenges we need to start tackling together.
And this, for me, was the crucial insight from that whole exercise. It's often so much more effective to remove the obstacles than it is to just push harder. Think about it. If you're trying to push a car up a hill, you can either push with all your might, or you can find a way to make the hill less steep. Real, sustainable progress comes from making the path easier for our teams to walk.
Okay, so we've revisited psychological safety, and we've talked about the force field analysis. Now, let's bring it all together and talk about how we actually apply these tools as we move forward in our leadership roles right here at AIA. Your role as a leader is crystal clear. It's about being the architect of an environment where people feel genuinely safe to bring their best ideas. It's about being strategic, using tools like the force field analysis to identify and then remove obstacles for your central and your regional squads. It's really about empowering your teams so that we can all deliver the absolute best experience for our customers. As we wrap up this little recap, I want to leave you with one final thought. We talked about the 15% solution, that one small step, something completely within your control that can make a really big difference. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the one thing you will do this week to build more safety and drive positive change in your team? Let's keep this momentum going and continue to build a more agile, a more innovative AI together.